Well, for more, let's go to Ross Feingold in Taipei. He's the head of business development at SafePro Group, which is a global security and evacuation services firm. He also worked at JP Morgan in Singapore. Welcome back to Money Talks, Ross. Now, a more than 40% contraction in the Singaporean economy last quarter. Did you imagine that the hit to the economy would be so big as a result of their coronavirus lockdown?
Well, the number is not really a surprise given how sensitive Singapore's economy is to the global economy, to the global flow of goods and people. Obviously, a very small domestic market given the small size of the resident population of Singapore. So the fact that in a global slowdown, Singapore's economy would contract by this, which at first glance does look like an enormous amount. Again, it's not really a surprise.
Now, what can we say about the rebound? Many economies are hoping for a so-called V-shaped recovery where a sharp contraction is followed by a sharp recovery. Can we expect the same from the Singaporean economy?
That's certainly the expectation. And based on past experience, whether it's the global financial crisis in 2008, SARS in 2003, Asian financial crisis in the late 1990s, Singapore usually does experience a V-shaped recovery, again, especially as goods begin to flow again, given Singapore's importance as a transshipment point for containers going from Asia to Europe or from Europe going to other parts of Asia. The tourism business, Singapore has 2 casinos and other types of attractions, so it's a big tourist destination as well. And also, there's another interesting factor this time around versus past recessions is that there's an expectation that a lot of business will be moving from Hong Kong because of the social unrest and the security law, that a lot of global companies will be relocating personnel and other types of operations from Hong Kong to Singapore, which will also enhance the recovery for Singapore once the virus situation improves and goods and people begin to flow again.
And we know Singaporeans went to the polls for a general election last weekend and they resoundingly voted in favour of the ruling party by the Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. What challenges lie ahead for the Prime Minister now that voters have given him another chance to rule the country?
Well, the biggest challenge for Singapore's leadership is a leadership team transition. Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, who's been in office since 2004, has publicly said he plans to retire within the next couple of years around his 70th birthday. So part of his important job or important aspect of his job in the last couple of years heading into this election was planning the leadership succession. There are a number of candidates, and the most likely candidate is the current deputy prime minister to take over. But the election result was good by the number of seats, but it was not good by the popular vote overall because their vote share did fall versus past elections. And now they have to deal with the virus situation. They have to deal with ongoing trade wars, U.S.-China tensions, South China Sea, as mentioned earlier in the program. So there are a lot of difficult issues for the current leadership of Singapore to manage, let alone a new leadership team that is planning to take over within the next couple of years.
Okay, Ross Feingold in Taipei, thank you again for joining us on the program.